Welcome back to my next Lost. Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Lost, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And as far as my history goes with the show Lost, I started watching the show in season 5 when the show was airing. My roommate was a huge fan of the show and wanted me to DVR it, so I started watching it with him. And obviously I was lost. He would clue me in on some stuff, but it was a hard show to follow, but I really liked the characters and I got the gist of it. And then obviously I caught up with the stuff I missed. Then in 2014 I revisited Lost, but I binged it and didn't take my time with it. And then again in 2020, I did the same thing. Rewatched the show, but didn't take my time with it. So, rewatching it again to take my time with the show and let everything sink in. So, join me on the journey of watching or rewatching Lost. And also, the legendary Crazy Coffee Man is also watching Lost for the first time. So, talk to us about the show. Don't talk about any spoilers other than the episode that we're on, but we're going to have a good time with things and definitely interact with me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man. So with all that said, this will be Lost, Season 1, Episode 10. The title of this episode is called Raised by Another. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. So there's a baby crying that wakes Claire up. And so Claire goes to investigate this. And in my notes, I'm like, this seems more like a dream sequence. Because I didn't know for sure. I don't remember every detail about Lost, especially these earlier episodes. With a few exceptions, obviously. And then Claire starts screaming very, very loud. Like, she could definitely be in a horror movie. Cast her for Ready or Not, where there's a lot of screaming. That was a good example of a movie that somebody was screaming in. Anyway, Charlie tries to calm Claire down as she was sleepwalking, and Charlie sees blood on her hands, and he asks what happened. Now, in the dream sequence, there was also blood on Claire's hands. So, was she really dreaming or not? We don't know. Jack mentions to Claire it must have been a hell of a nightmare, and then Jack asks Claire, what was the date, or when was the date that you found out that you were pregnant? And then we have a Claire flashback, and Claire tells Thomas she's 6 weeks late. Thomas is her boyfriend, and he says if we wanted to do this, we could if we wanted to. And Thomas says this could be the best thing ever, and he really wants to try. He tells Claire that he loves her, so Thomas wants to have this baby, and I don't think Claire really wants to have it, but she's going to because Thomas wants to. And then Jack sees Kate standing still during the middle of the day doing nothing, and this is a first. And Kate says she's doing something. She says she's sinking. Saeed's been gone almost a week. Jack tells Kate Claire's going to have the baby soon. Charlie tells Claire that he swallowed a bug today. Just small talk from Charlie. And then Charlie also tells Claire he could be her friend. If she needed someone to talk to, he'd be there. So Charlie wants to be friends with Claire. Obviously, he means more than a friend, but he was trying to be subtle about it. Back to the Claire flashback. Claire goes to see a psychic, and when he touches her hand, he knows that she's expecting, and then she tells him she found out 2 days ago. And then the psychic starts to freak out and tells Claire, you'll have to leave. And then Claire freaks out in the middle of the night again, back to the current time, as saying someone attacked her. She said he stabbed her with a needle. Hurley tells Jack his name is Hugo Reyes, and that Hurley's just a nickname he has because he's doing this thing Like, we don't know anything about each other. We're all strangers. So Hurley wants to start like an island registry, and Charlie tells Claire he'll be there all night if she wants to, close her eyes. I won't leave you, Claire. I promise you. Charlie's really trying hard with this girl that he barely knows. What's it been, a few weeks? And then back to the Claire flashback. Thomas tells Claire he can't do this, and Claire says, do what? And Thomas says, this isn't working. Are you breaking up with me? And he complains about all the stuff going on and says that he's out of here. And then Hurley talks to John Locke about his census registry that he's working on. Charlie asks Kate if she saw anything leave or saw anyone leave the beach last night. Jack thinks what happened to Claire didn't really happen, just her being stressed out while pregnant. Charlie says it's not all in her head. Hurley gets Ethan's information, a random person we only saw, I believe, in the last episode for a few moments. Jack talks to Claire about the crash messing with her head, and Jack says the more upset you are, the more dangerous it'll be for you and your baby. Jack wants Claire to take a sedative. Claire's going back to the beach. She's sick of everyone telling her what to do. As Claire walks by, Charlie wonders what Jack said to her, because Claire's like power walking pissed. And then back to the Claire flashback. Claire goes to see the psych again. I should have put his name down, and maybe I do. But he agrees to see her again. Claire pays him money. If you're a psychic, why do you still have to count it? And then Claire's sure she wants to know all of it. It's crucial that she raise this child. Danger surrounds this baby, the psychic tells her. Claire says if her and Thomas don't get back together, she's putting the baby up for adoption. And then Claire gets upset and is going to leave. Mrs. Littleton, please. The baby needs your protection, the psychic says. And then the psychic calls Claire in the middle of the night and tells Claire not to do it. Put the baby up for adoption. Charlie asks Claire what happened. She tells him Jack thinks she's making it up. And then Hurley questions Boone, or to ask questions to Boone and Shannon. He tells them about Claire getting attacked. Boone tells Hurley his life would be much easier if he had the manifest. He says Sawyer has the manifest. Hurley's going to lay it out straight to Sawyer. I hear you have the flight manifest. I needed it, so you should just give it to me, because you could sure use the points. And then Sawyer calls him Stay Puft and tells him where it is. Charlie wants to carry Claire. Charlie tells Claire he likes her. And then time the contractions. Claire tells Charlie to go get Jack as she's potentially going into labor. Charlie lets it slip that he was a drug addict, and she tells him to go get Jack again. And then Charlie runs off to find Jack. And then back to the Claire flashback. Claire's looking into giving the baby to a couple and giving her parental rights away. Claire's trying to sign the document, but none of the pens are working. And then Claire, after she gets a pen that works, changes her mind and says she can't do this, and she goes back to the psychic. Charlie tells Ethan to get Jack and tells him Claire is having a baby. And then Charlie goes back to Claire. And then back to the flashback, the psychic tells Claire that a couple in LA will give her $10,000, and he says they're good people, and then the psychic gives Claire a ticket to LA. So initially he wanted her to raise the baby, but now he wants her to give it to this couple. Is that what I'm getting into here? I don't remember all the details about the show, but I'm confused with that. And then Claire tells Charlie he knew. We see Saeed hobbling through the jungle of the island. Claire doesn't have pain anymore. You think you can make it back to the caves? She says yes. He even offers to carry her. Saeed returns back to the caves. Listen to me. I found her. The French woman. The woman on the island. I had to come back. Saeed tells Jack, we're not alone. And then the baby gets just kicked, and Claire lets Charlie touch the baby. So now Claire is like more open to the potential relationship with Charlie. And then Hurley arrives back at the cave, says, we've got a problem. The manifest. Jack, the census. One of them wasn't on the manifest. He wasn't on the plane. As Claire and Charlie are walking, they see Ethan again, and he says, "Hello there," ending the episode. And of course, the person that wasn't on the manifest was Ethan. Spoiler alert, I don't know if they actually said that or not. I can't remember the exact end of the episode, but I didn't put it in there. So if that's a spoiler, sorry. So I don't like Claire as a character. She's probably the most annoying character on the show. But it's not like I hate her. She's just like the most annoying out of a bunch of good characters. Like, I don't like the whole pregnant thing, so it is what it is. I'm going to score this episode a 7.8 out of 10. The characters of the episode, for me, obviously the episode is centered around Claire. And, of course, Charlie has a big role in the episode as well. And then I'm going to give the other character of the episode to Hurley. So you know that Lost follows one character in each episode, usually. Or if it's a couple, like Jin and Sun, then they'll follow both of them. But if you don't focus on Claire in this episode, I have to give it to either Hurley or Charlie. So I'm just going to give 3 characters to every episode, and that's where I'm going with Claire, Charlie, and Hurley. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lost and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button. And know that I cover a lot of stuff on this channel, not just Lost content. So the best way to find out what I'm covering is to go to my playlists. I have a lot of playlists on the channel. I do movie collection videos. I do end of the year movie ranking videos. I do TV collection videos. I do Walking Dead stuff, Breaking Bad stuff, Dexter stuff, Lucifer stuff, Shameless stuff, Big Bang Theory stuff. Cobra Kai will be coming back soon, so I'll be getting back into Cobra Kai. So Game of Thrones, I do a lot. Although House of the Dragon I have yet to cover on the channel, but I am watching it. So a lot of stuff. I'm sure there's something else that you'll like. Share this video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section and discuss the episode with me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who again is watching Lost for the very first time. So avoid spoilers. Only stuff up until this particular episode of Lost. Let us know your score of the episode. Let us know your characters of the episode. However many you want to do. If you just do one, obviously they focus on one character or two in every episode. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.